Welcome back to the Culture Shock. Today we're going to talk about being focused out of First Corinthians chapter 9 verse 27. It says, "I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should." Okay, we should do that with our mind. Well, in a way this scripture is talking about the body, but it's also dealing with the mind. That's what I'm going to talk about today, is dealing with the mind. Because you can tell your body to do something and it'll do it. Sometimes you don't feel like working out, but your mind has to be there. You have to tell it what to do. But some people are so unfocused in a workout, in school, in work, their mind is somewhere else. Like if you ever went to the gym and your mind's just not there, then maybe just do cardio because that's just a simple thing. Sometimes it could be dangerous if you're in a gym and your mind is not on the weight because you could accidentally maybe like hurt yourself on a lift or on an exercise. When you're in school, when you're not focused, you're not going to give the best product. Maybe if you're doing a presentation for a class, if you're thinking about a chick, or if you're a chick, maybe you're thinking about some dude. But we should focus our mind on the thing that we're working at. Even at work. I mean, I made this mistake years ago at work. I was trying to hit on chicks at work. And instead of focusing on like the customers, sometimes I probably would neglect a customer from time to time if I want to be honest with myself. So, but we should focus on that. And as I got older, I learned to focus a little bit more. If you're younger, you don't have to focus, or you don't have to go through the struggles I did. You can succeed a lot faster by just focusing your mind on the things that you're working on. So that's what this video is on, is focusing on things we should be doing. Some parents, I notice, they're too busy on social media on all the time, and sometimes neglecting their children. Like their kids are crying or getting really dirty. I mean, kids are kids, but if you're not there, they could maybe swallow something. Maybe a toddler could swallow something, and you would have to take them to the ER. But that should not happen because you should be focused on your kids at that time instead of your phone. Some people, when you go to interact with someone, maybe a friend, maybe you're on a date, or maybe you're talking to someone at work and they're on their phone. I don't know if that's happened to you before. That happens to me a lot. Someone is too busy on their phone on Instagram or Facebook or wherever they're at. They just can't focus on a conversation. That's disrespectful, but their mind maybe just not focused. Maybe that's just who they became. They didn't have a disciplined mind to just put down your phone and not have it on all the time. Some people can't live without their phone. Honestly, I can't find my phone sometimes. I have to use Alexa to find it. Like, I have to ask her to call my phone. But not because I'm blind, but it's just the fact that I can't find it. I don't remember where I had it. Sometimes it's still in my pants pocket, like when I come back from a grocery trip. I'll change into my home pants, and then out to call it, and it's in my pants pocket where I left it. But that's what being undisciplined is. It's focusing too much on something. Maybe you're on a date and your date is on her phone too much or on his phone too much. How does that make you feel? See, that person is undisciplined or doesn't really pay attention to the date. Sometimes I'll make a little comment like, do you have to answer every text message? Do you have to answer every whatever, every post, every commenter? We should be able to put down our phones for a couple of hours, maybe even in the theater. You ever notice people's phone light up in the theater? That bugged me when I was younger. People are like watching the movie, and all of a sudden you see a light up in someone's phone, or someone answering their phone in a movie theater. So, and they can't even sometimes watch a movie without being interrupted or without their phone interrupting them. They're not disciplined to watch a movie. They're not disciplined to have a conversation with someone. It just comes down to disciplining your mind. I'm not saying we have a block thinking, like, you ever work on a paper? Sometimes I come up with a video idea and I have a block idea. Like, my mind's just blocked and it's trying to think about something. Or even when I used to come up with Bible studies, sometimes I'd get a block thinking. Like, I just can't, like, I have an idea, it's just I can't push forward. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about undisciplined. Because I'll try to work my way through that. Because I'm very disciplined in trying to get that done. But what I'm talking about is disciplining your mind. Like, not letting your phone, the TV, or your game take over your life. Some guys, they're constantly with their girlfriends. Their girlfriend sometimes takes them away from their family life. Maybe their friends. They had friends years ago. I'm not saying relationships are bad. Sometimes we need to be apart in a relationship. We don't always have to be together. I always get told that by like older people back in the day. They said, you don't always have to be with your girlfriend. Sometimes like doing your own stuff is good. You don't always have to spend time with them. You don't always have to be on the phone with them, because you're going to ruin your relationship that way. That way, when you guys come back together, you guys have something to talk about. You can share your experiences when you're apart. So, little advice from what people have told me, wise people that have been married years, maybe decades, maybe half a century. But it's about being disciplined, having that mindset. If you're into health and fitness, then discipline your mind to work out sometimes, even when you don't feel like it. Or even doing exercises that you don't like doing. One workout I hate, and I still hate it, but I still do it, is if you go back in my Hit It Harder playlist, I do the MR3 burpees. I hate it. I still hate it to this day. But it burns a lot of calories. It keeps me lean. It keeps me conditioned. It keeps my heart healthy. And it also helps me tone my body, like my shoulders and my arms. But I still hate it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing it. I'm going to keep doing it because I want to discipline myself to do things that I don't like doing or I hate doing. If I could, I would stop doing it, but I don't want to because I'm too disciplined with that. I hate doing push-ups. I'd rather bench press and do flies, cable crossovers, pec deck flies. But I still do it because it's hard. Doing like 125 push-ups, 150 push-ups in a set. It trains me to push myself mentally and physically. So if you want, you can try that. You can try doing 100 push-ups. If you can't make it on like one set, then maybe break it down. But it'll train you to think different. It'll push you. It'll make you make goals in life. That's what I want to get at is next. When you make a goal, be disciplined in reaching that goal. Sometimes we might not reach it, but keep going, being disciplined and going after it. Maybe 5 years from now, you know it's not attainable, then that's okay. At least you were disciplined to not quit and just keep going. I wanted to be a bodybuilder when I was younger, when I was like 6 or 8, reading those Flex magazines back in the day at the grocery stores. And after that, I wanted to get muscles and compete. But I didn't know they had to do drugs at that time because I was only 6, 7, 8 years old when I was looking at those magazines. But I didn't achieve that goal because I needed to do drugs. I'd rather do workouts that are more natural, or I would rather work out naturally. So that's one dream that was gone, but I still work out. I'm still pushing myself. So that's discipline. I'm not the best person who, like in school, I had a reading comprehension problem, and I still do. Reading the Bible, sometimes I have to read it over and over. So I can like understand the Bible more. So I have to work twice as hard, but I have to be disciplined so I can understand it. So sometimes discipline is going to be all the time. Sometimes we don't have to be disciplined at certain things. Some people naturally gain muscle. They can just do any workout and they'll gain muscle. So, or some people are just naturally intelligent in reading and comprehension. So they'll naturally get it. But when you work hard and you understand something like that, like I am with reading comprehension, then you're just disciplined, and that can teach you to be disciplined in other areas in your life. If you're disciplined in one area of your life, try moving that to other areas of your life as well. So you can learn to be disciplined in all areas, mind, body, spirit. Read the Bible when you don't feel like it. I try to do it every day, 2 to 3 chapters Monday through Friday, 1 chapter on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm reading every day, still feeding myself. So I'm trying to be disciplined to that. So what are you disciplined at? And how can you, or where can you use that discipline in other parts of your life? Maybe you're a good person, you're a person that can fix a vehicle. You're disciplined at fixing a vehicle. You don't just quit. You don't just stop. Maybe you're good at cleaning your house. You're disciplined. You don't take no breaks until everything's done. Maybe you can use that in other areas of your life. Some people learn discipline when they become parents. So it can be taught anytime. We just got to choose when we want it because it's all mental. I learned that to work out, sometimes you gotta learn to love pain or soreness in your body. That's what I learned at 14 when I first started working out. So, but at the same time, I had to be disciplined to keep on going. So, no matter what you're disciplined at, just keep on going and push it to other parts of your life. I hope this video was helpful. this video is supposed to be about discipline. So I hope you all are disciplined, but if not, then this is a video that you can learn from. And if you are very disciplined in one area and not other areas, well, just keep on moving it on to other areas so you can be disciplined in all areas of your life. Everybody, I am MR3, and this is the Culture Shock. Keep on learning, keep on growing. And have a Merry Christmas, I forgot to say.